Hello. I finally finished them. This was supposed to be one journal and it turned into 10. So I am going to do, I was going to do a couple videos, but I just decided let's just do them all at once. So there's 10 journals here. They were in one Etsy listing, and then there's a drop-down menu with numbers 1 through 10, and I'll show you as I go along. They're not closed right now, but each one has a little metal number tag on it. So like this one is number 6. So as I go along, I'll tell you which number they are. If you didn't see my video the other day, if you're familiar, if you've ordered a journal from me before, they usually come in a muslin bag. Well, I figured out how to make my own stencil, and I stenciled on the muslin bags. So I thought that was kind of fun. And I just wanted to show you guys a little packaging update. Here's one of my little tags that Julie from the Old Design Shop, she does personalized stationery. So you can just go to her Etsy shop. The link is down below in the description. And she can hook you up with stationery, tags, all kinds of stuff. So it just has some little books with my shop name and the established 2017. And then in the little velvet case, as always with my journals, is one of my junk journal shop pens. This end is a stylus. And it's a very comfortable pen. It's one of my favorites. All right. Now, this isn't the complete packaging. They will be bubble wrapped and have tissue around them in a cute bag, etc., etc. So let's see what's going to be the easiest way. I think I'm just going to move everything off to the side. Probably won't be going in order, so take notes or rewind. They're all the same, but a little bit different. And then I have them all, the closures off right now. So once I'm done showing it to you, I'll close it and show you what it looks like. So they all have some kind of a rusty clip, whether it's a Prima clip, like this one. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna come through. It says notes, or just some really cool rusty clips that I got my hands on when we were on our trip. And these are made out of file folders. This one's got a little like copper and silver charm hanging off the file folder tab. And I just got on a little collage kick, which is collage is a challenge for me. This butterfly, I don't know if you can see, I embossed it with clear embossing powder just to give it a little bling. But there's everything on these covers. There's ledger and music paper and vellum and sari and lace and book pages and metal. There's one of the little Tim Holtz metal guys on that one. On the back of each one, let's see if you can see, there's butterflies and flowers. It's either decoupaged napkin, tissue, or rice paper. And then this back portion has got some sort of a fabric. That's just some grungy muslin on the spine. So there's front, there's back. Excuse me. If you were to open it this way and see the back, this has got Tim Holtz number brads and little flinch cards from the Old Design Shop. And this one also has, there we go, vintage tatting all along the bottom. And then you can see the file folder there, and there's just pages of coffee or tea stained paper. And you can take out the brads and add more here if you want. I'll show you when we get to the inside. So if you had it fully opened from the back, this is what it would look like. All right, and then fold it back up. And if you have it fully opened from the inside, here's what it would look like. But folded, here's what you have. So the insides, if you can see, The inside of the file folder throughout the whole thing is old ledger paper. Some of them are blank, some have writing, some have both. There's lots of vintage ephemera tucked in the pockets. This one's got another collage bit that I made. And there's onion skin and ledger paper and number codes and stamping and book pages. And I finally used some washi tape. There's eco-dyed paper from Rosemary. There's lace-dyed paper from Michelle. There is this tea-dyed paper from Amy. So if you need any of those links, just ask me. There's the center of the first signature. And these do have 80 pages or a couple more each. There's another one of my little attempting to collage bits. And I think I'm gonna make another batch of these. Someone said, you need to make those and make them creative Bailey journals. So that's what the next batch will be. There's some vellum and some old postage stamps. That was part of one of those vintage check stubs that I had. So here's where if you wanted to add or take away from the back, just peel up this vintage tape. It peels up easy. Lift out the brad and then you can put it right back. All right, and here's the beginning of the second signature. And I did put a piece of vintage tape down this seam just because it was a very chunky edge of that paper and I didn't want it to peel up. Hopefully the camera's not too far away. A little bit more collaging, some Tim Holtz vellum, some more ledger. This one's got some tissue, some butterfly. Those are the, it looks like it's printed on there, but it's actually a sticker on the clear sticker sheet. More stamps in the middle of that signature. Book page. These all have my stamp in them with the year, certified one of a kind, because they all are. And then on the back pocket of each one is an itty bitty ex libris plate where you can write your name. This one's got a little photo and one of the little definition cards. And there's the back. Now, I just want to check my camera. I can't see it from here. Real quick before we go through all 10. Oh, good. I am right in the middle. I do have little markers. See my little markers? Little pins stuck in here. Okay, so this one is number 4. And then the elastic just goes around. Just pull the elastic around the top like this. If you want to keep the number on there, you can. If you want to take it off and put it somewhere else, you can do that too. All right, so that's number 4. I'm gonna go a little bit faster through the rest on the insides. All right, this one is number 6. This one's got some yummy dangly bits that Brooke sent me. And I thought the colors just matched perfectly on the cover. And again, ledger, lace, ticking, sorry. These are some little bits that Betty had sent me a long time ago. And there's another embossed butterfly. There's stamping, Tim Holtz metal. There's your clip. The back of this one has rice paper and then some rusty fabric on the spine. And then here is the backs. And this is a file folder from Michelle, Girly Girl. Isn't that gorgeous with her lace? And those just tuck in. These flinch cards are from Julie at the Old Design Shop. So if you're looking for some faux flinch cards, that's where you can find those. Oh, and it's got a little metal patina butterfly. Uh-oh, I hear someone in the kitchen making bacon. Sorry for the clanking. I didn't tell him I was making a video. Here's the inside of this one. That's a check for $9.90 from 1889. And again, now I'm gonna go a little bit faster through the pages on these. Like I said, all kind of the same but different. You know, some collaging, some stamping, some washi, some ledger that got folded. All the middles have postage stamps on them. Oh, and I did do some, let's see here, embossed tea-stained paper. And put a few of those bits in here. Little pocket with some bits in it. Look at that real vintage tape on that music sheet. There's lots of room in here for journaling or whatever you do in your journals. Some bits in that pocket. And now we flip to the second signature. See, this one's blank, so you could write on that one. And there's just all kinds of stamps and little definition cards. Another one of my little collages. Book pages. Every time I start talking about what kind of paper it is, I remember the lady that left the comment. I wished you would go back to having silent videos. There's another one of those embossed tea-stained papers. Some more eco dye. My stamp, butterfly stamp. And in the back of this one, there's a little Christmas 1907. And it's a little typed, isn't it cute? Oops. A little typed card with a Disneyland ticket. And then, oops, an itty bitty Ex Libris plate. All right, so that is number 6. Ooh, this is gonna be a long video. Sorry, guys. And then you just put the elastic wherever you want it. You know, I'm being careful with that butterfly. It is stitched. There's a zigzag down the middle, and then it's embossed, so it should hold up fairly well. Okay, number 6. Number 7, this one has a key hanging off of it and a metal plate that says happiness. There's a button here. This is a piece of sari. Here's one of those little doodad bits that I made hanging off. This one's got some of the gold. I don't know how well those are gonna come across on the camera. I call them belly dancer bells. One of the vintage clips that I found on my trip. The back of this one has got rice paper. And there's the fabric. And this one is a green file folder made by Amy. And I did just stamp on the top of the first page just for some interest. And this one's got little like screw brads on it. And off we go to the inside. Blank on the ledger. An old postcard. Hopefully, am I straight? Hopefully. And off we go. And there's some of the little word cards that I got from Erin. Music, book pages, another collage. There's a little pocket there. Ledger, some more little, you know, dates and numbers. Another piece of that embossed tea-dyed paper. I didn't put too much vintage tape in these. I was going to, but I refrained. All right, and then I'm just gonna open it up this way this time so you can see. So see, this is where the blank piece ends, and then over here, there's a piece with writing on it. Away we go. One of the Tim Holtz die cuts with things tucked in. It says inspiration. ledger. I love it when they have the tabs on them. There's the middle of that one. Make today count. Little journaling spots. That's one of those little book darts. You can get those on Amazon. They're really fun. They're sharp, though be careful. A little definition card for write. And then here's the back. There's an Aurora Creamery receipt and a cute little picture of that guy. And the Ex plate. All right, so this one is number 7. It never fails. Never fails. All right, you guys get to watch the painstaking process of the number is always backwards. you have a 50-50 shot of getting it to hang the right way, right? There. Okay. So that one with the pink sari is number 7. And we're off. What's next? Number 9. So here's the front. It's got the rusty clip, one of the Tim Holtz metal pieces, one of my doodads. This one's got the silver coins hanging off the bottom. It says shine brightly. There's ledger, receipts. There's everything. There's everything. And then on the back of this one, this is a Prima. They use this stuff for decoupaging onto furniture, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called, but I thought it looked really fun on there. Here's the back. Yummy, yummy Amy folder that Amy made. And here we go. Again, I'm going to start going a little bit faster. This one's got an envelope, so I cut off the envelope part is farther in, so I cut the end off and just made it a little tuck spot. More Amy paper, a little pocket there with some tea-dyed paper in it. Another one of the embossed. I don't know how that's coming across on the camera. If you're a texture person, you will like that. Some more book page, ledger, numbers. Here's the other side of the envelope. I didn't put anything in there. Little field label stamp. A couple little things tucked in the pocket there with a tag. Here's one of the music cards tucked in there, again with the vintage tape. Music paper, some of Rosemary's eco-dyed paper, Amy's paper. It's so fun to have all the amazing papers that all the ladies make. This is some newsprint that Amy dyed. And then another one of my collage attempts. Little piece of music. There's my stamp. And then in the back, blank with your creamery receipt and label, and Ex plate. All right, so this is number 9. And I'll take pictures, and the pictures will have, you know, just the front cover with the number. So when you're looking at them on Etsy, it will be easier. All right, this is number 10. This has got a yummy, this feels like silk. I don't know, I got them at Hobby Lobby. I just love them. And I thought the colors looked good with the cover. So there's a lady, one of the Tim Holtz, it says ink and paint department. Michelle makes these, again with ledger and stamps and music paper, all kinds of things. The grungy clip. The back of this one is actually a napkin, and these are sealed. A little bit of vintage tape. There's the back. This one's got kind of a purplish gray, the file folder. All right, we go. Of course, I put my business card in each one. There's a little pocket. This is a waxed deli paper that Amy does. Really cool. Pocket there with a catalog card, ledger, middle, ledger, a dyed library card from Amy, book page. Trying to move along. We're almost halfway. This one's got, who is that? Rutherford B. Hayes. Look at that fellow. And then you've got blank ledger back there. Some more eco dyed and music. Key card. Some tea dyed map. Another one of my collage bits. That's what started these journals. I was just fooling around making these little ones, and then they turned into giant collages. And I went down a rabbit hole. It says focus on the good. It's the Tim Holt, you know, the old school like label maker. Music paper, a little bit of collage, and then there's your bits with the Eclabris plate. I know I'm going kind of fast now, but I don't want you guys to have to watch a 3-hour video. Oh my goodness. All right. So that one is number 10. All right. Up next, number 3. This one again has an embossed butterfly. This has fabric and lace and ledger and more lace and a little Timmy girl. Rusty safety pin with the clip. The back is rice paper, Prima, I believe. There's the back, and this one's got some fancy, I think those are Prima or Stampery, oh no, Graphic 45 grads. Tuck in there, and here we go inside. One of my collages. Music, some more butterflies in this one because there's a butterfly on the cover. Ledger, more butterflies and washi, and vintage tape. I did pretty good not making these too full. There's another collage bit. It says note to self. So if this video is up, these are in the Etsy shop, ready to go. These don't weigh as much as one of my normal journals, so I'm going to bubble wrap them and put them in Mylar bags. It's much more cost effective for shipping, so they will be protected because they'll be in the muslin bag, in a Mylar bag, in bubble wrap. Little pocket there. Couldn't cut that off. Pocket there. Some ledger. Butterfly on some music. Oh, no, it's got a bird. Shrub and shrubbery. Here's the other side of the envelope. The little winter poem tucked in it. And then here's the back with an old check and an old envelope, Eclabris plate, and then it's got one of the patinaed metal butterflies on it. We're doing good. And that's number 3. Of course, it's going to hang backwards again. Of course. And I made sure that the elastic didn't interfere with the tabs where, you know, where I put it coming out of the middle so that it wouldn't smash. All right, so that's 3. Up next is number 2. It's got the silver coins hanging off the bottom, a big key hanging from the tab. Number 2. The back is Prima tissue, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. and some gold. It's hard to see, it blends in so well. You can see it right there. Some gold fabric on the spine. This is one of Michelle's file folders. And then this one has got a Tim Holtz number plate, some very vintage lace, some Cantaquilt, more lace and ledger and music and stamping, and a rusty safety pin. And then we go to the inside, blank ledger, but you can see the page number there. And there's just some fabric, definition of a scrapbook. Another little pocket with some bits tucked in. Ledger. Please comment below if you can hear the clanking in the kitchen. I'd really like to know. And actually, if you've made it this far through the video, if you do leave a comment on the video, I will be doing a giveaway from the comments on this video. Some ledger. There's one of my collages. Can you tell I'm proud? I overthink everything, so collaging is difficult for me. Who's this? Ulysses Grant with a little tag. Alright, and then blank ledger with all the goodies. This is real vintage tape along here, but this page was torn, so I had to put some of my vintage tape on it. I should have scanned that. I love that. There's the ledger and eco dyed. Clank, clank, clank. Can I talk louder than the clanking? That's the question. Some washi. There's a tea card there. Some more eco dyed. And a ledger flip. And a tiny library card. Those are in the old design shop. They're not that small. I shrunk those. They're regular size if you print them out. And there's a check and a music card in the back with the Ex Libris plate. Ooh, I think we're down to 3 more maybe. Alright, so this one, I like to put the lace over the... This is number 2. Number 2 is upside down. Okay. There we go. Oh, just stay. There we go. Number 2. All right, on to number 5. So the front of this one's got a little Tim Holtz girl with one of the Tim Holtz metal plates and ledger and music paper and stamping, and there's a piece of sari that goes the whole length. Hopefully you can see the bling from that. This one's got the gold coins, of course your rusty clip. That's a napkin, which I thought went perfectly with this color of the file folder. And these are all, I did not mention this before, they're all zigzag stitched around the whole outside edge to just kind of keep everything where it's supposed to be. You know, so nothing's gonna peel up. There's blank ledger, an old happy birthday postcard, one of Rosemary's papers, and she left the flower leaves on there, which I thought was cool. This is one of the envelopes. I put the collagey bit there, and I did not put anything inside. A little pocket. There's some extra number codes and a definition card. Little label on that one. There's the middle. The dyed newsprint paper. The other side of the envelope with a deep in a Forest Glen poem. A little bit of stamping. Some more eco dyed. It's got one of the Tim Holtz vellum sheets in it. Your ledger, your collaging. See the coins? I love the sound they make. Some music. This was part of a ledger, and I put it in so that the tab hung out the bottom. So if your initial is V, this one's for you. Music. Ledger. Look at that. Isn't that yummy? the middle, ledger. Hope you guys aren't bored yet. I'm trying to be speedy. My stamp. There's a little, it was a receipt or a note, and it's got a straight pin in it, so I left it in there. Labor's plate. There's that one. And this one does have some birds on the front. There's a bird stamp and some bird vellum. Oh, and a bird stamp there. Uh-huh. That one's birdier than I thought. All right, so that's number 5. And there's the key on that one. And we need to put its little clip back. So that's 5. 2 more and we'll be done. Hooray. This one's number 8. There's one of my little doodad charms hanging there, rusty clip. There's a little vintage lady, another embossed butterfly with ledger and this painter's masking paper that I stamped on, some vintage lace, metal, and then this one's got some gorgeous vintage lace across the whole bottom. So there's 4 layers. This one also has the rice paper on the back, and here's your fabric. The back with the Tim Holtz number brads, and this one's got the last of the patinaed butterflies on it. There's your inside with the collage. There's a little pocket, and music, and the envelope, which again I put nothing in. Try not to fill them too full. Butterfly there, pure delight, ledger, some more embossed paper, some washi. So proud of myself. And this one's got in it, what's this one have in it? A little bird poem, some more music, paint the town red, little pocket. A little vellum sticker, and there's a check. How about this photo? A little photo tucked in there, blank ledger back there, definition of memorable. I can hardly wait to see how many comments I get about the dishes clanking. Oh, men. Some more tissue in it. Another one of those ledger pages with a tab. There's some grid paper that's been tea stained by Amy. Eco dye, tissue, washi. My stamp. There's the back. An old postcard tucked in. And this is number 8. 1 more. Hooray. All right. And there's the butterfly. Okay, there's 8. And last but not least is number 1. Yes, number 1. So there's one of my little doodad bits hanging off of the fabric plate. That's made by Michelle. Got the rusty clip at the top. There's some vellum and a stamp and ledger and ticking and lace. And this little lady is sewn on. It says enjoy today. And one of the Tim Holtz metal plates. The back of this one was the other side of that napkin, which is yummy. And then you can see maybe the little key hanging off the tab there. Go to the inside. The ledger is from 1875. Little bits, definition of poetry. I'm laughing at the noise in the kitchen. There's some washi with a little number code in that envelope, on that envelope. Boy, I really hope I turned my camera on. Wouldn't that be a bummer? Well, hopefully this is take 1 and you don't hear me say a take 2. If you hear me say a take 2, you'll know I had to do it all again. The collage on there, and a little card with a butterfly stamp tucked in. A little label, book page. There's an Amber House restaurant, air conditioned it says, and a little Disney ticket. Flip it to the next section. Eco dye, music. Oh, I love that grunge. Another pocket here. A couple little bits tucked in. Some ledger. And on, and on, and on. And that, this flips up, it's just clipped down with a little clip and a clinch card. And then here's the back. There's a little folded ledger page and a picture of a girl. And there's the back. Did I show the back of this one? This one's got lace on the spine. So one last time what it looks like if you open the whole thing up. So if you open it, scoot those out of the way. All right. So if you're opened with the front and back showing, so you'll get the front. You'll see the front of the first signature and the back of the second signature. If you open it this way, just the opposite. And then here's the back if it's opened all the way up. And it just folds right up and around. And there's our little number 1. There, we did it. Hooray. I'm also probably gonna do a new video, maybe today, we'll see. I'm just gonna pile these back up so you guys can get one last peek. I'll probably do another video on these tearing strips that I made. I know it's hard to see on the camera. Let's see. I've double-sided taped it to a metal ruler. And then there's my test page. Those are in the Etsy shop. They're $7. You just get the plastic strip that's got double-sided tape on it, and you can put it on any ruler. But I'll be sure to do another video on those too. But I just thought I would mention it so that if you wanted one, you could add it to your journal order. All right, well, thanks for watching this long video, you guys. And again, be sure you leave a comment in the description box. There will be a giveaway sometime next week from the comments from this video. Have a good day. Bye.